Hi, welcome back to Quick Auto. Today we will be talking about naming conventions. What are naming conventions? Why we use them? What all things we should follow while writing a function name? We will also talk about some widely used naming conventions and logic behind naming them. Before starting, let's see a quick tip which will help you in writing your Java code faster in Eclipse IDE. Here I intentionally disturb the alignment of this particular block of code. On selecting this block of code, if I press Ctrl Shift F shortcut key, then it will get properly aligned as here. In case you want to correct alignment of the whole page, press Ctrl Shift F without selecting any block. The whole page will be properly aligned and it will be more readable. I will talk about another shortcut key also at the end of the video. Let's now directly deep dive into naming convention.
Naming convention is a set of rules for choosing the character sequence that needs to be used for identifiers. Choosing the character sequence here means while we are combining a set of words into a phrase, it says about the guidelines that needs to be followed. Specifically, these guidelines are around small caps, capital letters, use of special characters, and about the length of the word that we are choosing. Again, this naming convention is used while naming identifiers. What are identifiers? Identifiers are nothing but all the variables, functions, classes, interfaces, packages, and constants, etc. This is again a convention, means a understanding that we need to follow for writing easily readable code. There are no hard and fast rules for that. If you are not following this, errors will not be thrown and you will be able to compile and successfully run the code as well. So this is simple a guideline, a convention, no hard and fast rule is around naming convention. Now coming to why are we using naming convention? Someone has said that the ratio of time spent for reading code to writing code is about 10 is to 1. That means if we are spending only 1 hour for writing a code, for creating a code, generally we are spending around 10 hours for reading code. And what is reading code means? Reading code means someone needs to read already written code, comprehend it, understand it, and henceforth can make further enhancement, bug fixes, or modifications. Code lifecycle is very huge. It spans across years. And it is very unlikely that the one who has written the code, he only will be maintaining the code for the rest of the life cycle. And as the purpose of the code here is will be written by someone and will be maintained or enhanced by others, it is very necessary to write a readable code following certain guidelines and rules for easy understanding and easy maintenance.
Now let us discuss some widely used and very well known guidelines. First guideline, the identifier should not start with a number. As here when I started with a number it threw some error. Names also should not start with a special character to avoid error. Here the convert to double is a phrase consisting of words like convert to double. These three words has combined into a single phrase that is convert to double. When we are intending to use multiple words for an identifier name like convert to double here, then we are not allowed to put any space in between. They should be written close to each other consecutively, like so here. Functions are written to perform some action. The purpose of the function is execution. So, whenever we are writing some function, it should be in the form of a verb. Like here, the purpose of this function is take the past string and convert it into a double. Hence, the name is convert to double, which is a verb. Like here, concat. It concatenates the past strings. When we are using compound words, that means words with multiple words combined together, we are not allowed to put a space in between. Then how each word will be separated? So we have some convention around it. Let's discuss about it. Some very well-known naming conventions related to compound words are Camel Case, Pascal Case, and Screaming Case. However, this list is not exhaustive. Few other guidelines also are there which we will discuss once we have covered these frequently used conventions. Camel case is named after the protruding hump of the camel. This is similar to protruding capitals. Here, as you can see, if we are using multiple words like camel and case, the first letter of the first word will be in small caps. The first letter of each subsequent words will be in caps just to show the separation between each words. Let's see some examples. In Java, while writing method names and variable names, we use camel case. The first letter of first word will be in small caps. The first letter of each subsequent words will be in capital, just to show the separation between the words. Like here, C is in small, T is in capital. Next is Pascal case. Pascal case is otherwise known as upper camel case. Here we consider a camel with two humps. All the classes, interfaces, exceptions, annotations follow Pascal case or upper camel case. That means first letter of each word will be in caps to show the separation between them. Unlike in camel case, the first letter of the first word was in small caps, rest everything was in capital. Here, the first letter of each word will be in capital. The next that we will be discussing is screaming case. Here, everything will be in caps lock and the words will be separated with an identifier that is underscore. Like here, everything is in capital letter and the words are being separated with underscore. Constants in Java follow screaming case naming convention. There are few other naming conventions as well, like snake case, kebab case, Hungarian notation, etc. As till now, you have noticed all these naming conventions are done after the shape of the animal. Like here in snake case, this is a plain animal with no humps and no ups and downs. So everything will be in small letter. The separation between words will be shown through an underscore. In kebab case, everything will be written in small letter. The separation between the words will be shown through a hyphen. In Hungarian notation, the first word is an identifier, is a notification, is a notation of what kind of value this variable is going to contain. Like here string first name, this variable is going to contain string value. Here this is a notation of data type. It can be notation of other things as well. In Java, when we are using multiple words in packages are separated with dot. Now it comes to an end. We have discussed almost everything that is required to write a more readable code in Java in daily day-to-day life. We discussed about what is naming convention, why we use naming convention, different widely used conventions or guidelines that we generally come across in daily day-to-day life. Now, as promised, I will be talking about another shortcut key that will help you writing your Java code faster in Eclipse. Place your cursor anywhere or wherever required on the code and press Ctrl space. You will be prompted with intelligence. You can select whatever is required to complete your code. Similarly, write SYSO and press Ctrl space and it will then write system out println the complete line for you. You can then put your string message inside and you are done. Thank you for hanging until the end of the video. Kindly consider liking, subscribing, and sharing the video. Thank you.